Well, this came into my mind. Yeah. I was talking to my missus about it today. Yeah. I was like, how do you think people see you? Like, see when you're like walking. Like, okay, you think of yourself a certain way.
Yeah.
Like you think like the way you walk is probably cool. You probably think people think of you
yeah.
How do you actually think people see you?
Do you know what? This is very interesting. I was thinking about this. I was watching a YouTube video and this fellow is really scared of walking up to girls and talking to them and rejection. And I was thinking about, I was like, the reason why he's probably scared is because if a girl rejects him, it's probably because, so when he thinks about it, he's probably like, I'm not who I think I am. Because I looked at her and I thought I could get her. But now that she's rejected me,
she let you know.
Who the fuck am I?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But that's where self-reflection comes in.
A lot of people aren't though. A lot of people aren't.
Just getting
But
very
that's the
deep
thing, a
in
lot of
the
people
boys.
aren't.
This is
Can we go back to talk about Go back to talking about Lewis fines or something?
That's how we do it. This podcast, we just mess about and then
Just jump off the deep end. Straight in.
Yeah, but like, how do you feel like people see you?
It's a good question, but I've never ever in my life thought about that until right now.
Yeah.
Look, I've never thought, what way does he look at me or think of me? Look, I don't get that.
I think people think I'm more serious than I am.
I think people...
Just because of how they approach me. They're like, I didn't know, like, oh, Tommy, I didn't want to talk to you.
That's exactly why
That's just a big unit.
That took me back to secondary school. Like, oh, you're a unit, aren't you?
Well, yeah, that's what I was somewhere yesterday, and I saw a lot of people come up to me like, oh, hey, what's up? And then I saw someone who like they would look like they recognized me, but they didn't want to like approach. And I was thinking, do I give off unapproachable vibes?
Yeah.
Or so I was kind of thinking, how did that person see me? Like,
yeah, now, to be honest, we get that a fair bit as well. Like, I'm gonna, this gives me bad anxiety, yeah? So I was going down to get a roll the other morning, yeah? This was a couple of weeks ago, so I remember telling you about it. But anyway, I was going down to get a roll, and there was a girl in the car, just sitting there parked, and I'm coming down this way, and I see her see me, and I knew she recognised me, right? But she turns her head, takes her phone out, and does this. We'll start recording.
Oh my God, that's so
and turn
weird.
her head. And I was like, why not roll the window down and say, what's up? Because I'll jump in the passenger. Honestly,
100%.
I will talk to anybody.
Yeah.
And I do get that the other times as well. When you're walking up the road, you see people saying that, and then their head is down, you're like, say hello.
Yeah.
What's that?
Same on the Lewis on the way out.
Yeah.
You get on the Lewis and you'd see someone go,
yeah, that's it.
They know that.
wave back. You know what I mean?
You know that saying to a friend, don't just look at them.
Because you do that.
There's the lads I was talking about, and you all just go, whoop.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you fucking
Fella shouted at me yesterday. He was like, I was walking and had my young one with me, and he goes, Calvin, and I went, yeah, and he goes, what's up? And I was like, all right, mate, how are you?
As if you're mate.
And that was grand.
But that's the thing with podcasts though, because we talk to them every single week.
True.
They feel like
That's
we're...
exactly it.
Actually, shout out to Safira. She's the chick out there.
Do you say chicken?
There's a chick.
You've never said chicken in your life.
Shouting off in front of the boys. Shouting off. See, he's too deep in it now. He's thinking like, what do them lads think of me? I better say chick to look cool.
Alright, the girl out there anyway. Sorry lads, yeah. But no, she like I remember the first time I saw her, like she was like, oh David, and I was like,
oh yeah,
hey.
What's up?
But like, and I recognized that she was always commenting under the videos and like the
So
podcast.
she's a clout chaser as well.
Well, no, she was and she was talking to me, and I realized like it's not awkward conversation. Like it's not like it didn't really feel like I'm talking to a stranger. It felt like someone I was talking to, like that we know each other in a sense. You know what I mean? So I think I was listening to like 90s Baby, and they were saying like people like because they hear us every single week talk about ourselves and talk to other people. It's almost like they know skipping past the introduction phase.
Yeah.
I know who you are.
Do you know what the awkward part about that is? When you meet someone, you don't know anything about them.
And they know
so you're telling, like, do you know when you say to someone like,
my name's David.
Yeah, and then you're like, I know. And you're like, right, where did you go to school? And they'd be like, oh, I went to school in Crumlin. And be like, oh, I went to school. Like, we know where you went to school. And I'm like, like, this is how conversation goes. Like, can you just bear with me? And then, do you know what happened to me before? I remember this girl came over to me and she was talking to him, but she was like a big fan of the podcast forever. And then our friend was saying, who never listened.
Yeah.
So she's like, what's your podcast about? And I'm trying to sell the podcast to her. And I was explaining, and I'm like, yeah, so me and me mate. And then she was like, Terrence. And I was like, yeah. Like, we do it, and it's called Talking Bollox. And I was like, yeah, like, can you give me a chance for fuck's sake? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's even. I feel like even when it's like a podcast, see what like we talk. We're not like artists. We're not like actors or anything. Like we're just like people who just chat.
Yeah.
Right. So I feel like people don't understand. Like, say someone sees you on the road, like, oh, like what story, Terrence, or what story, Calvin? It's like we can, like you said, you hop into the car and have a chat with them. Like we're just people who just talk. Do you know what I'm saying? But artists kind of have the whole different persona to them. It's like,
they have an alter ego.
Yeah, do you get what I'm saying?
No, you actually have to.
Yeah.
You do. Yeah, you know about it.
Oh, you get it, boys. If I hear like stories of like someone famous and you'd be like, you know what, you seen him, he was a prick. Like, I actually get it. Just from this little encounters I have with people. Yeah. How can people expect it to be constantly
on the ball?
On the go,
and I'm like, I'm a normal fella. Like, if you said something bad to me, like, there's not be like, I'm not saying I'm a hard man, but like, there'd be repercussions. Like, if you said something smart to me, I'm gonna say something smart back to you. You know, like that.
Yeah.
Someone texted me before something bad, and I text them back, and I was like, shut your mouth. And they were like, you're not very social media trained. And I was like,
I don't care.
social media trained. Genuinely.
Social media trained.
Social media trained. I'm a normal young fella. Like, you know what I mean?
For the inner city.
Like, don't get it twisted. Like, because that's what I'm saying. I think people get it twisted. We're like, you can get your podcast on these platforms. You must be a someone. I'm not. I'm a normal fella. Like yourselves, what you are saying. Oh, what? Because I seen your videos on YouTube. You must be somebody. Do you know how easy it is to put a video on YouTube? So like, don't get it twisted. Like, we're not. We are normal people. Like, so say hello. We'll say hello back. You know, like that.
Exactly.
Just don't become that negative. If you come out negative, expect negativity. You know what I mean? If you say hello, I'll say hello back.
Do you feel like, okay, even when you have an off day, say you're bad humor, and you're walking downtown or wherever it is, and then someone comes up and they're on a proper buzz. Do you feel like do you feel the pressure to always be like to turn on at that moment?
But not like turn her on, but they definitely like put a smile on.
Be friendly.
Like, thanks very much and whatever. Because like some people, I don't know, some of it takes me back a little bit, boys. Like you were saying, because we're podcasts, like we really open up about everything on it. So like they feel like they know us, but like to us, like Calvin was saying, that we're just normal lads. You are just normal lads, and we go on like normal lads. So when I'm walking uptown, you'll get the odd few people that'll go, oh my god. Yeah. And I go, so don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm just a young fella from the flat. So I don't know what way to react. So someone goes, oh my god, it's Terrence. I go, what the fuck? Don't start doing that. You know what I mean?
No, that happened to me yesterday, and it gassed me. I wouldn't lie, because
you love it, don't you?
No.
You love it. Like, he loves it.
No, listen. I actually really do appreciate when people come up, like genuinely.
100%.
Like, from the bottom of my heart, I love it. Yeah, like when people come up, I was like, thank you so much, right? But yesterday, two girls started screaming and shaking, and I was like,
I can see her through the corner. Two bullets,
screaming. I was like, what you saying? You guys, you guys all right? I was like, bro, is this what like being famous is?
Yeah.
No, but like,
but it's crazy because we're just like podcast, like
that's what I'm saying.
Imagine what the footballers are getting.
That must be weird. They have stalkers now. That's crazy stuff.
Harry Maguire.
Genuinely, boys, if
Harry Maguire has no stalkers. Nobody gives a fuck what Harry Maguire does.
Love it.
How about your man though? Do you hear about your man who emailed them? And he said, there's 3 bombs at your house. I'm going to detonate the 3 of them in 72 hours if you don't resign from United.
That's too far now.
How the fuck do you get his email address?
He's dirty, but that's too far.
That's brilliant.
I knew about the bomb shit.
How did you get his email address?
No.
Too many questions.
You can get anything if you want to get in this
on
world.
the internet.
Anything. What? Maguire's. Yes, you can get that.
Maguire,
yeah, no. Hardy at United.com.
Like, if you try that, it would work. It would work.
I go to somebody, but I don't think I'll be emailing bomb threats. Do you know what? Send a bomb threat. Hopefully, this is it. Hardy Maguire 1 at gmail.com. No, that didn't work. Right, try Hardy Maguire 2. Right, go. Bomb threats all over. Yeah, try a 5. But like,
there was a bomb threat in Dublin, last year?
There's bomb threats every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, is there?
All the time.
Yeah, bro, see,
someone leaves a bag.
It's always out of sewer.
See, inner city Dublin's a whole different thing in itself. itself.
Oh, that's a different place.
Yeah, it's
Inner City Dublin
There's
is
a
different.
place now where, do you know where the Academy Hotel is?
no.
Yeah.
So you know the school beside them and the flats on the way? You know Caesars,
yeah.
yeah. You know,
Parnell Street.
You know, yeah,
Parnell Street, yeah.
Parnell Street, yeah.
Yeah.
There was one time I was getting a bus because I used to live in Dundalk, so F that place. I was getting
For the better.
a bus, the Matthews bus. I was
Yeah.
going on the bus, yeah.
I know where it is. Where the old Labour building is. The old social welfare building is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen a couple of like tactical units.
Yeah.
Like shit, you see off the
The armed
movies.
response unit outside Avondale Flats.
Probably that.
Sunshine by Dermot Street.
Formations.
That's where I live.
2 formations. Falling in like, I was like, hey, drive this bus.
Move now.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's where I live. Well, lived up until November, yeah. Yeah, that's just town, mate.
But that's like that be common enough, like, but like that. Does that not happen everywhere else now?
No, not really. No.
On units.
Does it not?
Yeah, armed response unit.
Armed response unit.
Tyler's what?
The armed response unit, no?
Like, Tyler's another level as well.
Tyler's a mad place, man.
Yeah, man. There's loads of places like we sometimes.
What about when it snowed that time and the boys got the JCB in the Lidl? And you're talking about fucking armed response units in town?
No, Lidl was.
It snowed for an hour and the boys had a JCB and there was a safe and you were hitting it with the fucking JCB.
They knocked the roof down.
And then what did he do? You were putting her on Snapchat, walking around robbing bread and all. Like, what are you doing?
I'm sure there was an employee in that little that knew where the safe was. I say,
In the back, obviously. You have a JCB, it won't be that hard to find.
I can imagine.
Knock down that room. Is it there? No. Right, move on to the next one. Boom.
I can imagine someone walking in there with a trolley getting their weekly shopping while all that was happening.
Remember your man had it on Snapchat and he had it all laid out and all.
jellies.
But he had those like jellies and crisps and all. You're
I
like,
know who it is.
Where's the bread and milk? Like,
I'm not gonna say it though. I think I know who it is.
I tell you do because his username was on the top. But I was like, what are you doing? It's the biggest scandal in the country for about a year.
Oh, no, it was crazy. It
Because
was
remember
crazy.
that was a big storm, and remember like they were like, oh, like a big storm coming, and then there was no bread. Remember the bread all sold out, and everyone was panicking.
bread, like,
it's always bread and then tissue.
And tissue.
Yeah, remember everyone was like just before the pandemic, like 2018 or 17, and everyone panicked.
No
The boys
bread.
went into Little with a JCB and he put it on Snapchat. Like no one had nothing else to do except watch his story, and then he wondered why he was getting nicked.
People are stupid with the internet these days.
Yeah, 100%,
People are so
man.
stupid.
Boys, do you know what wrecks me head? I seen it. There was a TikTok the other day, and I'm not on TikTok, but I seen it on Twitter.
Yeah.
So some girl retweeted it, and she was like, report me car stolen on Monday, and this was like Tuesday, and she was
Seen
like,
that
it's on
tweet.
TikTok. It's the fellas robbing our car and put it on TikTok. And they were only about 15. I was like, what are you? When I was 15, if you took your phone out, you got a dig. Put that phone away.
Yeah,
literally.
It's crazy, man.
Do you know what you used to do? Do you ever go collecting for Halloween?
No.
We collect-
So Hallelujah night. So Christians go straight to
They'd have a church service that
in
night.
church, and we're like celebrating Jesus.
On Halloween.
On Halloween, yeah.
Because Halloween's a pagan thing, so you're trying to counteract it. I get it.
What's going on?
Hallelujah night. So
Halloween's a pagan ritual.
His reactions are fucking
Pagan is like the ancient.
so 31st of October this year, yeah.
Pagan.
Go say to your friends, I'm going Hallelujah night. Yeah, just say, oh, you going to Halloween party? Just say no, Hallelujah night. Just say it. Trust me.
Well, back in the day, yeah. So you know, it was a big thing.
Oh yeah, I'm baffled. Sorry, go on.
It's not Halloween night. It's Hallelujah night.
Hallelujah
Pagan
night.
is like it was like an ancient fucking.
So legit, you didn't go Halloween?
No.
That's not a joke.
I've never done that in my life.
So
Never done that.
We did dress up.
Yeah, paganism was like back thousands of years ago in Ireland. They believed in witches and gods, all this shit.
What's
So that's what you used to go
Banshee
to
and all.
do?
Banshee, yeah, but
No,
no.
we're not gonna do that.
This is where Halloween stemmed from that, yeah. Halloween stemmed from that.
Right.
That's why we celebrate Halloween. It was a pagan ritual. But staunch Catholics, they counteract that because everyone's celebrating a religion that's not theirs. They're like, we're gonna have our own night, so that's what they're doing. That's Hallelujah night.
Praise
Fuck off.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And the kids and all the kids dress up in white.
Oh, that's a bit weird. I've never heard that before. That's a bit weird now. I've never heard that before.
You got a lot of things I like here.
You're on your own.
Yeah. But that's the most staunch Catholic thing I've ever heard in my
Not
life.
even Catholics, just Christian. You know,
Yeah, well, yeah, you know what I mean?
Put it up with that.
You know what I mean?
Catholic and Christian is different.
Uh, Yeah, well,
No, Catholic and Pentecostal. It's different.
Yeah.
They're all Christians. Yeah.
But there's loads of Christians.
Belief systems are kind of like different. We could get into it like.
No, because I want to get back to the point about collecting and tactical units. So in town, it's a big thing. Every year you had their own bonfire for Halloween. So like you collect pallets, wood, tires, all this. So like my area, me and my mates would all do it. We'd hide it somewhere. Then Terrence's area would do the same. But like my area could go to his area to rob his stuff. Like that. And that was a big thing. And like because you didn't know where it was, like you'd guess someone on their own. You'd be like, right, where's the fucking tires? And you give me, but no, your tires.
I took a few hidings over the years, boys.
So then like Terrence say, oh, it's over there, blah blah. And we take all the stuff then. So that was it. Like it was fucking tribal, boys, rivalries.
No, so boys.
Over tires.
Yeah.
Over tires.
Did you not hear in secondary school? Because I remember school was there was lads from different areas.
Yeah,
and you'd see them fighting in school about that.
We used to stay out all night when we were kids, sleeping on the pallets.
So no one could take it.
Make a fort out of it and sleep on it.
Yeah,
and then burn it the next morning or the next night.
Well, Halloween night.
So the point I was getting at is,
valid point. My head's wrecked.
Boys, honestly, ask anybody who grew up in inner city Dublin. That's what we done, right? So the point I was getting at is when we were growing up, you were told there's the stuff there, don't tell anyone, shut your mouth, grand. But then as you're growing out of that phase, so you're getting to like 17, 18, 19, you're too old to be going out doing it, the kids are coming up, they're putting pictures of that stuff on Facebook then. This is our stuff for this year, blah blah blah, up in my area, and all. You're like, what are you doing? I remember I was 19, now it was a bit early to be going out doing it, but me and my mates did, right?
Collecting?
No.
Let's
I'll tell you what happened. So a common thing was the night before Halloween, what everyone used to do. So this is when everyone used to stay out because of this, because you'd go, if you found the stuff, you'd burn it.
Yeah.
The night before.
Your stuff on your...
So then the Halloween night, you have nothing.
Yeah.
This was all big, like,
so
this was deep.
Me and my mates said that we were about 19, there was about 3 or 4 of us were like, right, we go and burn this other area stuff. And we were like, where is it? And I pulled up someone's Facebook. I was like, look, there it is there. And we found the spot where it was because of that. And I was like...
That's a detective.
People are stupid.
But no, because people are stupid.
Yeah, stupid.
Because there was a big wall and it would say like there was graffiti on it. And then there was pallets there. And they'd be like, there's that wall there. Look under it. Oh, there's all the stuff. Do you know what I mean? I was like, when I was growing up, you never knew where the stuff was unless you found someone and better out of them.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Kids these days don't realise you're incriminating yourself putting this shit on the internet.
Like, if it's not on the internet, it never happened.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Yeah. If you give someone hiding, you don't want it. Like, if I battle Terrence, I don't want anyone to know. I don't want to fall back on me.
Yeah, but that's what we think about now.
Yeah,
but
younger kids don't.
Look at what I did.
The clout was the clout.
So most of the time it comes back to them, we'd be like, oh yeah, Garda now investigating assault, and they'd be like 4 fellas battering some fella on the Lewis, and be like, yeah, now you are all getting nicked, you sticks. Do you know what I mean?
Stupid. Yeah. Like even in school, like we was like when we was in school and there was fights, man, it was entertaining just to watch them.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, imagine like when you're planning a fight when school ends.
Yeah.
No one heard about it except the people that were involved.
Exactly. Yeah. And then you just follow the crowd. You follow the crowd.
And you always just knew. No one had to say there was a fight. It was just the intensity of how people were walking.
You didn't know who was fighting, and you'd be running. Who was fighting? You'd be talking to the fella about the fight. Who was fighting? And you'd be like, very mad serious.
Did you get into many fights in school?
No.
Not really. Any fights at school?
Did you get into any?
Yeah, for you, yeah.
Good for you, yeah.
But like, not...
What's your score? What's your
ratio?
Yeah.
Boys. Are we talking records and all that?
Yeah, what's your record there?
In just skill.
I've done about 2 or 3 fights at school.
Yeah.
You won the fights then.
But that bleeding, you're throwing handbags when you're that age, boy. Like, it's not like you see about got them on the floor and they stood all over. It's not that. You just give each other a few hooks and everyone jumps in. There you go, your separate ways.
It's not long before the teacher jumps in anyways.
Yeah, teachers
always. But I remember there was a fight, I think I was in like 5th year, like 2 second years of fighting. My school was right beside Fairview Park, and I'm not even joking, the whole school was there. There was hundreds of people in a circle and 2 young blokes were fighting, and they bet the head off each other, and they stopped. You could see they were exhausted, and they went to like walk away, and everyone was like, no, go back in, and pushed each other in, and you could see it. I remember one of the young blokes went, And he started throwing dicks again, and I was like, this is mad.
It's not funny
And
anymore.
I was looking, I was like, why is no one stopping this? I was like, because you can
abuse
see
now, it's abuse.
from the school, because we used to wear blue jumpers. From the school, you can just see a big wave of blue. There was no one coming over to stop this.
Crazy.
And then the younglets stopped, and I remember them shaking hands and all, and be like, them two younglets don't want to fight anymore.
Yeah, they
still like each other now.
But I remember in school we weren't fighting because we were angry, really like that.
You just got pressured into fighting.
It's
pressured,
like,
yeah.
I'll fight him. Like, when people say, "Oh, I wouldn't take that,"
Yeah.
That's what got you.
You know what? Hey, he's like, Joe, man, tell him you say man 4 o'clock in the park. Go on, say it to him. No, I'm not saying it. You said.
I got suspended for that actually. Someone just said, "Oh, Dave, you're stupid," and I didn't care. He called me stupid. He goes, "Yeah, you're mad stupid," and like that didn't really offend me because he's like, "You're mad stupid." It didn't really like.
Yeah.
Didn't mean much, to be honest. Yeah.
Whoa. No, Dave.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't have that. I was like, what? Aaron, what do you say?
Yeah. That was it. That's it. That's probably an Irish thing as well. Go, just like that man. Just like that man.
Oh, just like that man. Just like that there and there.
That's why I was like, yeah, you're a fat cunt. Your man's a fat cunt.
Yeah, man.
Poor man sitting at home. You're in bleeding Matt's getting a grief. Getting grilled.
Yeah, man.
Oh, the best fight in my school was when a second year battered a fifth year.
I've seen it happening.
Yeah.
That was
me, though.
Yeah.
Like little first years now, them boys can throw hands.
Yeah, 100%.
Just little secret scrappers.
He just took a fifth year, just put him in a headlock, put him to sleep.
Oh, that's a
Game
bad
over.
No one touched him again for the rest of the
Yeah,
school
but
year.
that fifth
you know
year
what?
surely left school.
No, still.
You can't get 50 after that. You have
No,
to go
you go
back
back.
to
Yeah, you get kept back there. Yeah.
You will even chance like him.
It can't be a 50.
But that was the thing as well, boys. There was all this like, oh yeah, like the 5th and 6th years bully this. No one ever done any of that in our school. Like
Nah, there was none of that shit.
all this bleeding.
They're little myths that you
Yeah.
get when you went to first
That
year.
you're gonna get your head flushed down the toilet and
No
all.
one cares. No one cares.
No one
don't
cares.
give a fuck
I remember we done that mess when I was in 6th year and there was a 4th year in the toilet. I was like, Jeremy flushed his head down the toilet and he started sobbing. I was like, mate, I'm only joking. Like, literally only messing with you. Like, relax there. Because like someone goes into the principal sobbing, crying, oh, they're gonna do this to me. You're gonna get in trouble. I was like, mate, I didn't even do anything.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Relax. It's a joke. Like,
I remember I lost respect for like seniors when they got bet. Like it didn't even get bet. Like we had pelicans, and so like we all went to the toy shop or wherever it is, and we got like pelicans, and like it was like maybe say 10 of us had it. Like maybe 5 from 3rd year, and then 5 from 6th year, or whatever it is, and then we went onto the big field and we're just like shooting each other, right? But you know how like pelicans actually sting, like
Yeah.
it actually
Toxic.
stings. Yeah, so your man's caught him in one of the 6th years in the eye, and like he started crying.
yeah.
And then I was like, no, there's no way you're crying.
You're probably about 18. You're actually a man.
Yeah, and you're crying. And he goes, oh, you hit me. Oh, I'm gonna tell your man. When he said that, I said, I lost all respect.
All respect out the window.
He could have snitched.
Yeah, game over. Game over.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy, man. Boys, if you went to jail for 30 years,
How many years?
life, 30 years,
40, yeah.
and you're married,
Right.
Yeah.
who do you trust your like you want to
Where
leave?
is this going?
You have to leave your board to somebody.
Who you leaving that to?
What is it?
She's coming to jail with me, man.
Who you leaving that with?
She's doing the stretch as
I'm
well.
going to jail already, yeah.
You're going.
I'm going to jail already, yeah, for 30 years.
You're gonna be
30 years, yeah.
Yeah,
Shots to
Might
kill
as well
someone.
just offer as well, man.
he's right.
Offer as well.
Yeah,
Who
you
will
may
you
as
leave me
well.
or go with?
You.
You trust me too much.
You say no, trust me.
That's a boy.
Oh, wait, do I still have a wife?
Yeah, you can have a wife. You have 2 now.
You have kids.
That
Was
is
I actually
mad.
never. That's a mad one. Like, the fact that you know off the top of your head is a bit weird. I
Talk
think.
about it.
Yeah, that's mad. I never thought about that. Like, who would you trust most? I don't know.
I wouldn't trust anyone. That's weird.
Yeah.
You can't trust anyone with your girl.
30 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Close up on the fact that it's 30 years.
But I'm like, yeah, you
She's-
probably, yeah, but I
She's,
don't get
boys,
it.
you have to just give it to her. Like, when you go out after 30 years, yeah, you're gonna be wrinkled. You have to realise your boards have to get slammed off someone else. You have to realise, and no matter what,
But isn't it safe to know that? Oh, it's your boy.
I'd rather not know.
No, yeah.
It's your
No,
boy.
yeah,
No,
I'd rather not know.
Wait, what? Wait.
Wait, so you're saying that they slams are for you?
I'm lost.
Is that what's going
Is that
on?
what you meant?
Wait.
I mean,
Are you at peace knowing that it was your boy that
no.
did your girl?
Okay.
So he's taking the hips off your wife.
Yo,
Is that what you're saying?
It's the way you're saying it. Can we just say sex? So I'm saying, like, you have to trust one person.
No, I'd rather be a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck that. Get out, no Calvin's at me and hop. No way. I think it make me a little time. So when you get out, she looks forward.
Oh, man.
Imagine after 30 years, she goes, "Oh, you're not as good as your mate."
Oh, imagine that.
Yeah, I'll kill her again. I'm going back to prison. I'm going back in. She's a win.
Keep that bed warm. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, that's crazy, though, isn't it?
No way.
I think my friend Tafar was talking about. I think it's a Netflix like series about. I think it's called For Life.
Okay.
It's not the 50 Cent one.
Yeah, he produced it or something, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah, where your man goes in, and
he defends
his best
himself.
friend was
Yeah.
taking care of his wife.
Like taking care of, taking care, yeah?
Do you remember them films where... Yeah, but you know like there's them stories in them films where it's like, oh yeah, it's like his best mate, his best man at his wedding and he looks after her, but like he doesn't actually look after her, as in look after her. He just makes sure like she has money and she's alright and she doesn't need that. He doesn't actually look after her.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Or what I'm saying is, would you let your friend, your best mate, look after her and all?
No.
But like, 40 years is a long time. Like, she's going to get it. Yeah. No,
what he's saying is she's gonna get it, but would you not have confidence in the fact you know who's giving it to her?
No.
That's even worse.
That's worse. That makes it worse.
Stranger.
No, that makes
Stranger.
it stranger.
But not boys after that.
She can have a few strangers if she wants.
No.
But it has to be a stranger.
40 years is a long
That's a long time.
It is a long
Like,
time.
if you change that to 10 years.
Boy, hang on a minute, boys. Hang on, think about it.
Would you expect that to wait? Okay. Would you expect it to wait?
52 is 30 years.
Well,
Okay.
Boys, that seems about 40 years away.
Okay, 2032, you go in and say you even went in for like something that you didn't do, like just like
He's adding to it now.
no. I'm just saying no.
You're Stephen Avery.
10 years, you're going in. Do you expect her to wait?
well, I'm going to
Yeah.
rephrase the question. Would you wait?
That's your answer.
Looks over at the mouth.
He looked over there and said no comment.
I definitely wait, man. Come
I
on.
played the fifth.
No, you wouldn't wait.
Yeah, lawyer.
Like to wait,
100%.
but-
Stick out your
Boys,
tongue.
We can't even wait
Stick out
fucking
your
2
tongue.
weeks.
Stick out your tongue. It's black.
Bollox, would you? And neither would she. That's the fact.
10 years is a
10
long
years.
time to be waiting.
10 years.
That's a
10
long
years.
time.
Oh, 365 times
Boy.
10. What's that?
A lot of days.
3,650.
Oh, yeah, you're going to
Say again.
No.
Say again.
The quick maths fella. 3,650.
What?
yeah,
How many is that? Days.
Days, yeah.
That's mad.
Add in a leap year then as well. I don't remember.
655.
52.
Fuck that.
It's only going to be 2 leap years.
So, listen, just think about it. Because women are probably more horny than us boys. They probably are. We just show
I
it. We
don't
can't
think so,
help
man. I
ourselves,
don't think
boys.
No, I agree.
I'm telling you.
I just
Yeah, he's telling the truth. Yeah.
Oh, 1,000,000%. You ever see, even at the start of the board, you have sex here and there, but when you're in a relationship and you say, you just want sex all day. I'm wore out, love. Like, relax, will you?
I think that's only in the honeymoon period, boys.
Yeah.
In the first
Yeah.
day.
Have nothing else to
I
give.
literally only had this conversation.
You're obviously not getting it at home, eh?
I am. But what I said was, do you remember at the start, it was just literally constant.
Yeah.
It was
Non-stop
constant.
sex.
That's what I said. I was like, the first 3 years, that's all I remember. I was just riding. I mean, like bleeding Ruby Walsh.
But that's how it is. So, listen,
that's natural
if you're
though, isn't it?
thinking, Bollox, 10 year of wanking, no. She's thinking the same thing. Trust that. But then,
They have gadgets.
loyal? Are they more loyal?
Yeah,
They have gadgets.
you
though.
have a hand.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, but like it's not the
It's
same
just
thing.
a
though.
hand, though. But,
Yeah,
but,
but like-
now there's like dolls and stuff like
Like,
that.
that's
No,
creepy.
I want to
You
get
can
into
get booty
You
blaster.
reckon, yeah?
Never.
Creepy.
I
10
think
years,
that's
10
creepy,
years.
boys.
10 years are just stuck with the memories.
What?
I'll just
10 years of wank bank.
No wanking. Just like preserving myself.
10 years of abstinence. Yeah.
But 10
yeah.
years.
10 years of finding Jesus. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You may as well become a priest. Story with this fella.
Oh my God.
Going on a missionary and all, and I don't mean the position. This fella's going to bleed them islands in the Caribbean trying to convert people and all.
Oh,
That's crazy, man.
Can never happen.
That's a weird out question. I don't want to know what else you'd be thinking if you have someone picked up to look after your board when you go down.
I thought about it.
That's a weird one, mate.
Yeah, I think you thought wrong. I think just leave it to the strangers.
Yeah.
Don't give it to Wonder Boys, bro. Don't
That's
do it.
weird.
Yeah, don't be
That's a mad thing.
You guys
You're
don't
in
trust
your
you
shell and you know he is offending
And what would you after the 30 years is done? Would you expect your boy to hand over your girl back?
Like as if that not at the being slamming for 30 years.
Yeah, like 30 year. How many years you have been giving it to what? Like what? 5 at most.
Yeah.
He's basically we're at a lifetime. Like you're doing life. He's at the doing life for a whole. And you'd be like, nice one, bro. Tag me back in there.
Tag me back in.
You know what I mean? Your man on the sideline. Substitution. And you there doing stretches and all. Making sure you don't pull a hamstring because you haven't been up on the sack and that long enough. Not a chance, boys.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, it's just one of my thoughts, man. Something.
Yeah, mad thought.
What else are you thinking? Give us another one. Come on.
Okay, back to normality. What made you actually start the podcast?
What?
What made you start the podcast?
What made us start it?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. So you see this podcast, it starts with like Lewis points, then it's into the deep end.
Yeah, and then
it's
goes back up. Yeah,
It's like a
down.
bouncy ball.
Yeah, basketball.
Yeah, just
Where's your head?
Yeah, just playing with
It's
me.
literally-
it's where's your head at? Yeah,
It's
yeah,
literally
right.
where's your head at? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where's it?
True,
What
yeah.
actually made you start? Like, did you plan it before you got in, or?
Actually, the first time me and Calvin aren't friends that long.
Okay.
So the first time me and Calvin actually met, we had the same mutual friends. Like,
Yeah.
So look, I have his friends and my friends, if that makes sense.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mutual,
yeah.
It's like a Venn diagram, you know what I mean? Like that's me in the middle.
It's all
I don't
about
like
it.
the way
Yeah.
you did that.
You know what I mean?
I didn't like it.
And then the first time I met Calvin, Calvin didn't like me.
Yeah, but you didn't like me either.
Fact.
Yeah.
So it's a mad one. It's a mad one.
Like, as in, what level did you not like each
Oh
other?
no, it wasn't hatred.
It was
we
just
met.
annoyance. Like, yeah. Do you know when it was? Well, you know this.
It's used to him.
Do you know?
Sound, Jack.
We've had this conversation before.
yeah.
Do you remember? Just watch UFC.
Yeah.
Do you remember when Masvidal knocked out Askren, the quickest knockout ever? It was that night. That night.
really?
Yeah. So
But that's not that long ago.
it was.
Well,
No, it was on 3 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that long ago. Yeah.
Yeah, you look at it that way, but it was that night, yeah. That night, anyways. But do you know what was funny about all of it? Like, even the next day, one of the boys was like, oh, and I was like, that fella Terrence wrecked me head. And then he said the same thing. He was like, that fella, he was like, I didn't really
What
take
was
to
you
that fella.
doing that night like that?
I see. Obviously, we don't drink.
Okay.
But I was drinking back then, and on the other stuff and all. So when I'm do you know what I
And
mean?
he was paro and all, and I was just like, oh, mate, like,
Because the boys just bounced into the gap at 2:30 in the morning. I was like,
Yeah.
Hugh is just rocking up to the gap, and then he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
So I was like, Hugh was coming into the gap.
Sober.
Let's go quick. Why don't you drink?
I just don't like it, mate. It wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't drink. The last time I drank, I was 15. Like, and I knew back then, I was like, that's not
wasn't
for
your
me.
thing. Okay.
Too many bad experiences were, you know what I mean?
See, you said a good one. You said he never sat down to have a point before. So when he used to drink, when he
Yeah.
felt like he didn't like it, was like neck the nagging and get out of there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he never actually got to the point to sit down having.
I abused. Do you know what happened? I was drinking a lot, and then my man and dad used to say to me, look, like, we don't mind you drinking, just don't, like, overdo it. And I did overdo it. That's exactly. I remember my man saying to me, we gave you an inch, you took a mile. And I was like, I know. Like, I remember I used to drink bottles of wine and all. Like, the boys would be there having, like, 5 bottles. I'd be like, give me a bottle of wine. Do you know what I mean? They'd be drinking, like, 5 bottles of Wicked. I'd be drinking, give me the bottle of wine, like, you know what I mean?
You know what? I think
Drink to get drunk, like.
Yeah, I was in when I was in college. I think one of my lecturers said Ireland is so we have like the highest percentage of people that don't drink for a drinking country in a sense. If you get what I'm saying, like that, like. Do you get what I mean by that?
I know what you mean, yeah.
I don't. I know what you mean, but I mean, I think that's a mad stat. Because, like,
You don't
when I
know
heard
many
he
people that
doesn't-
don't drink.
When I
Yeah,
heard he
yeah.
doesn't drink, I was like,
That's crazy.
That's
Yeah.
But yeah,
mad.
that's why it stuck. To
So
me.
where are you getting that number from?
Where'd
Like,
you get that
yeah,
number from?
yeah,
Anybody who I know that doesn't drink they're in recovery.
yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
nobody ever grows up and is like, I'm not drinking.
Tommy's he's a recovering addict.
Look,
Yeah.
you're aiming in school.
No, but that's that's legit. I never talk to anybody and they're like, oh, I just never drink. Like he's one. I think you're the only person.
Yeah.
So where do they pull that stuff from?
Unless we just have like an absurd number of drinkers and then an absurd number of people that don't drink as well, and it's just this outweighs that high number. You know what I mean? Like we have, I don't know, like 1 million people that don't drink, which is huge, but we also have 3 million people that do drink, and 4 million in the population. Like, unless it's like that, that's just
I
skewed.
think they just put the number out there.
No, I think that's what. Actually,
I
I forgot what the reason was though, but it was like I was like the reason I remembered the whole like that type of stat was because I was like,
One known for drinking.
we're known for drinking.
Yeah.
How do we have the largest per capita? I think that means like
Yeah, on average.
for our population, like we have the largest amount of percentage of people that don't drink, which is like
What, the largest in the world or one of the largest?
I think it was Europe.
Yeah, but if you ever like met Europeans, they actually don't drink the way we drink.
Yeah.
Irish people drink literally everything revolves around drinking, and we don't think it's bad until like you meet other people like the Italians or the Spanish, and they're like, "What are you doing?" And you're like, "All right."
People come over to Ireland to drink just to like
one of mad ones.
For a big band.
And we go, we go over there to do that. No, but it's, and do you know what someone said to me before? It's because like we have an attitude with drink, because like don't like all your life you're told not to drink. Then you turn 18, you're like, I can do what I want. In like France and all, the kids who be drinking wine because they're like
smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, because you're told like this is a wine, like enjoy the experience, have a glass, taste it. Whereas over here it's like you're at your communion and your man's like, I'm not your man, like your auntie be like, yeah, drink, get that into you, and then like your other auntie do the same before you know it. You're locked, so you have to having 2 or 3 drinks and you're 8 years of age. Whereas in France, you're 10, you're having a meal, your dad says, there's a glass of wine, you enjoy that. Boom. You know what I mean? Then you realise, oh, that was grand, I'm not going to abuse that. But over here, it's just like...
I used to think that the drinking thing in Ireland was because it's a culture thing. Like, there's a big pub culture in Ireland.
Well, that's...
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to what I was saying at the start, where just we're oppressed, so all you do is just drink to cover that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
That's great. So like, when did you guys decide like, oh, we're gonna do a podcast?
I always wanted to do a podcast for about 4 or 5 years now. Yeah, about 5 years now. We said, I'd love to fucking do a podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think there's many people like us doing podcasts, and I knew that as well, and I was like, I'd love to fucking do that. So I always had the thought, and then what happened? We were just out.
We were out, one morning.
We were in the same boxing club, right? So we started training together then. This was after we didn't like each other. So then he come up to the boxing club and I was like, oh, what's the story? Meeting there, and then it was like, then we went for a coffee and a swim.
Yeah, but we were doing that for like a couple of weeks.
Wait, that's a weird combination of things.
For coffee and a swim.
Yeah, so this was during lockdown. Remember during
lockdowns?
lockdown, like all the gyms are closed and everyone got into sea swimming. Do you not remember that big buzz?
Why is that weird though now?
Swim?
What?
You never go jump into the
sea swim,
get
no.
out and grab a coffee?
No. First time I've ever heard of that.
No?
Did you not go through the same pandemic as us?
No, they were out robbing Lidl.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, they went off.
What's going on here? What's he looking at?
Gone.
Yeah.
Jeez. How long have we gone on for?
An hour 37.
Is it? It feels about 4 hours, boys.
Yeah, an hour 37.
It's dark and all out. Gonna be freezing going home.
Yeah, it is.
High energy in this podcast.
Oh, big time. There's too many people in the room.
I love it.
See, if there's only like 3 of us, I'd be like, yeah, so like, I was drinking just to cover the emotion. And at 15, I said, I'm going to pack it in.
Oh, please. That back up, none.
Yep.
50.
Right.
Straight back in.
Where were we at?
The boys don't know about
sea
sea
slagging us, boys. Coffees, trust us.
Like just swimming the Liffey or what?
Half done. Come here. No. Yeah, come out to my
Just never used to go on the seas. Remember, everyone went to sea swimming.
Okay, let me tell you something one thing about black people. We don't swim.
I don't swim, no. I know how to swim. I used to go. I just don't swim. I just don't swim. I know how to swim. I just don't swim.
Black people don't swim. We don't like. I don't know where it stemmed from. I don't know why we don't.
It's just a thing with water.
It's just like a culture thing. Like, do you know what? That's not for us.
Yeah, no, it was like I don't. We didn't even try it. We just don't swim. Like that's not our thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Every day's a school day.
I've heard of this one before. Kevin Hart.
Yeah,
He don't swim.
Kevin Hart,
He don't swim.
he always laughs about it. He's like, black people just don't swim.
swim. Yeah.
But all the
They're all
big...
fast.
Like,
They're all fast.
Hang on for a minute. Every black celebrity has a pill.
Yeah.
It's just for
That you
show.
don't-
Put the feet in. Put the feet in. That's
It's
all.
just for show.
Get the
Just a
toes
shot.
wet.
But you know what I'm talking about. Remember everyone going in like in lockdowns, everyone going into sea swim. Do you remember that? You don't remember this?
I did. No, I did see a lot of people on the internet
on
going.
Instagram, like everyone was going first thing in the morning to go for a swim. Honestly, look at you don't even need to swim because it's the beach. You can walk into the water. Genuine, boys.
I'll take a word for it.
The health benefits of this are actually unbelievable. I swear to God, I'm not even joking with this. But this is what we used to do because we were flat out training. Yeah, we were in like the same boxing club and we were just flat out running, doing all sorts of shit. What we used to do was we train like 3 or 4 times a week, and then like 2 or 3 times in the week as well. 4 or 5 of us would go like bleeding 6, 7 in the morning, go for the swim in 40 foot, get a coffee after it, and then start your day. And you'd be you're set for the day when you go for a swim first thing in the morning.
Yeah, boys, I'm telling you.
And you don't swim, like you jump in, you have a dip, you're in the water for 5-10 minutes. It's the shock of the cold water. It's very good for you. Like.
Yeah.
So that's
Probably
what we
the same
used to
thing
do.
as having a cold shower.
Hey,
Yeah,
I was just going to say,
yeah.
can't you do that in your shower?
No, this is different, boys.
But it's better fun. You have the boys together and you say, oh, no,
And you
standing
jump.
off like, oh, who's going first? And you just do
I
it.
did,
That's a bit of
I did something
crack,
like that in Belfast. Let's go hydro. Is it Let's Go Hydro?
Yeah.
Let's go hydro.
Or Go Hydro or something. I don't know what it was called.
What's this?
It's like what you can explain about it. I don't know.
It's just a
Plunge pill kind of thing.
No, but it's like water sports and all.
Obstacles
that.
Yeah.
and
Aquatic
stuff.
centre.
But like, see that cold shower, you're like, oh, that's cold. Oh, and it's like, oh, it's on my shoulder, now it's on my back. Like this, you're jumping in, boom, you're fully submerged.
Force.
Now going back, boom, you're cold.
That's
Then you
because you
go.
didn't have bucket bats, lads.
But anyways, that's what we did, yeah. We got a coffee after it, and then we were in the car, just chilling out, me, him, and one of the other boys. And we were chatting, and then bleeding an hour or 2 went past, and then one of the boys was like, there, turn and say it to him now. And I was like, oh, you got real nervous. Like, fucking say what to me now? Do you know what I mean? I'm in the driver's seat, Terrence in the passenger, and your man was in the back, and he leaned forward. I was like, what the fuck? What? Say what? And he goes, I'm thinking about setting up a podcast. Do you want to deal with me?
Yeah.
And then here we are. 70
Yeah.
episodes later.
Yeah, literally. Because I always wanted to do it, but I wanted to wait till I got sober to do it. And then when I found out he never drank, I was like, right, this is good. So I didn't
on
want
to
to do a
something.
podcast with someone who's out gargling all the time. Obviously, there's nothing wrong with it, but I mean, if I don't drink now, because I tried to, so obviously I have a problem with wherever I'm in recovery, yeah? So I'm in recovery, so I don't want to deal with someone who is drinking.
Yeah.
Do you get me? So like, I just wanted to, I
It
don't
was
know.
like
It wasn't
a
that
line.
much of a thought process, actually.
yeah.
It was
It
just one of those
just
things that I was like,
It just
there,
works,
it's perfect that he just doesn't drink.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Solid though. That's like it feels like your thing, Alan, because your chemistry, the way both of you use, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people say that.
it's
Yeah.
really good. Like we kind of get the same thing as well. Like people like say the energy, like and we think of energy as like we just I hate the word energy.
Star signs. and
Yeah, star
stuff
signs.
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, you get that as well, boys. I hate that.
Oh, wait, do you believe in star signs stuff?
It's all about.
Not superstitious.
Fully grown member.
Yeah.
That's what I looked
I
at.
need to read the newspaper, and the newspaper tells me how I'm going to feel for the day.
You will find love at the left hand.
Oh, like, sorry, I'm just off. I'm a Virgo. No, you're just a cunt. Sorry.
100%. No, but there's something beautiful about like good energy in a room. I feel like
There is.
it's
There's
electric.
good energy in here.
Yeah,
But there's
100%.
good energy in here from this. Energy's a real thing. If that's
it
what
is,
you want to
yeah.
do.
Yeah.
We walked in here, the second we walked
He's
in.
all
you said,
welcoming.
Welcoming, the
You know what I
energy is
mean?
high. It's
Yeah.
like,
We're having a buzz. Whereas we went in, you were like, all right. And then we would have been
All
like,
right,
on the
lads,
back
all
foot.
right,
And you would have been like, do you know what I mean? Like the second you collected us, we had a bit of crack. You know, like that. We had a bit of laugh at the petrol station and all. And we're
It's
like,
very important though, isn't it?
of course, but I think that's down to the person and like the individuals to do that.
Yeah.
I don't think you can just boom. Oh, like this room was magic. Now there's energy in it.
Yeah.
You bring the energy.
create the energy.
No, you fucking bring the energy. You know, like that.
Yeah.
So like, do you ever hear that expression about people? Oh, like he brighten up a room when he walks in.
Yeah,
Because he's bringing that
yeah.
fucking energy himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what was wrong with the room before he walked in? Then?
This guy gets sour cunts.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get that. That whole but where were we going with that? Where'd that come from?
Just how we
just
started the
like-
podcast.
Oh
Like
yes,
you guys
because
podcast.
that's
The
what
chemistry,
we,
yeah.
We actually always say that the best compliment that people can give us when they see it, because a lot of people like would pull us and be like, "Oh, what's up, lads?" When we're with each other, and the best compliment you can get is, this is literally like listening to the podcast.
Yeah,
Because we're the same people on it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I was saying in the card and that on the way up to a lot of fake people.
Yeah.
The old podcast is.
There is.
Like, see the way you literally did this today, this whole podcast done. Press play.
And
Didn't
you
even
go.
know it was on. And we're going. We're at the races.
He said that when you walked in. He's like, "What are we going to talk about, lads?" And you were like, "We're just going to press play." And we're like, "Lovely."
We love that.
We get comfort in that because if you had been like, "Oh, we had this point and this point," it would have been like.
And there's a lot of that fakeness, boys.
Yeah.
Like, and not that it's fakeness, but there's a lot of
Scripted.
And like just
Yeah.
it boxes you into one. Like you can't be free with it.
Like, there's a lot of people that say, press play, right, boom, 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 right, pause that now. And then they go and they wait for a few minutes, right, what
There are
we talking
people
about
who
next? And they have a script.
who
Yeah,
never
like,
finished college in media and got a TV show. You know,
well,
you wanted a TV show and never happened. That's what happened there. Now you have a podcast.
And then at the end of the podcast, they throw in, so me and him is finished now and blah, blah, blah. Tune in next week. You're like, what the fuck? This is a podcast. You know what I mean? This is real. You know what I mean? Press play,
Just
let's
talk.
go. We don't do any other podcast.
Yeah.
None. We've done one or
We
two
only
other
said this,
podcasts. We were saying this in the car. We never ever
Why
do
did you just say yes to us?
Because
We
I
liked-
remember a few months ago we were talking about something come up, a clip or something.
You had a couple of clips going viral.
Yeah.
And we were saying like, them boys look like the buzz.
Like
you know?
they look like
Authentic.
it's hard. Yeah, authentic because there's no.
See, we're trying not to offend people as well here.
Yeah.
So we need to be careful.
I hear it.
Yous looked alright, is what we're saying. No, because
No, I love that compliment.
look, I touched on this before, and I had someone reach out to me who has a podcast and says, "Thanks for mentioning that because I needed to hear that." But as Terence was saying, there is a lot of fake people out there, and at the start, like our trajectory went fucking like air skyrocketing, and we were like, I was shitting. I was like, "Oh, Terence, like." I don't want people to think that we think we're great, so let's help other people grow as well. And then like we be trying to do things with other people, and you realise, hang on for a minute, mate.
Yeah.
Like you want us to help you, but you're gonna grow and we're gonna be put down and all from it. And I was like, nah, not a chance.
Yeah,
you know
there's
what
a
I mean?
few dodgy things that happened. That was like,
There's
do you know what?
a lot of negative encounters we had. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you feel like you just have to be safe? If you get what I'm trying to say, like
When you
like
talk about certain topics,
yeah,
like-
politically correct and stuff.
No.
It's safe who we deal with, I think.
Can I like? Did you ever talk about the ick on this podcast?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right, but we feel like if we sat down and talked about the ick, but like in a serious way, so
We'd
if you
be
ever see the girls, it's an ick if a fella comes up and he asks at the point, he asks, can he buy you a drink? If we sat down and said, it gives me the ick when a bird comes up to me in a nightclub, we'd be slated for that, boys.
We wouldn't get away with that.
Slated.
Really?
Yeah.
Think about it. I've heard like stupid ones. What was it? It's an ick when someone is getting when it's his birthday and someone sings happy birthday to him. How's that, Nick? Like,
It makes
are you
no
trying
sense.
to tell me
It makes
he's
no
your
sense.
boyfriend, right? You're after giving him a birthday cake, you're singing happy birthday to him, and you see him and you're like, oh my god, I'm turned off in there. If we sat down and said this about girls, we'd be crucified.
Yeah, there's a double standard. There's a clear double standard exists
There is,
there.
boy.
Like stuff like that you have to be careful with.
But like in most cases, we don't give a fuck. We just say whatever comes to mind. Do you get me? Like, but you have to be careful of like words and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
of course.
Words that are derogatory terms nowadays that weren't when we were younger. You know?
Especially that's a crazy thing because you remember back in school we'd say the maddest shit and now
Yeah.
we can't say that
That
anymore.
No.
Yeah, like,
can't
So
say
what's it
any-
now? Happen on
but
Twitter.
for a lot of them is for the right reasons.
Yeah, no, and I understand some of them.
Do you
Yeah,
get me?
Yeah, because
But-
we're educated now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
It's crazy because even back then we say shit, yeah. We laugh amongst ourselves, yeah, and I say it again now, this present day.
Yeah.
We still laugh amongst ourselves, yeah.
Cancel
We can't
in
laugh
the morning.
online.
Yeah.
We can't laugh online.
You can't laugh online.
No
chance.
podcast.
Yeah. But I see I hate that boys because
swims and all.
you're getting cancelled because someone says you should get cancelled. Whereas I should be like, I said this because this is why it's funny.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
like that.
there's
And if you
context.
can actually back her up and you're like, I'm not meaning any harm to anybody, grand. But if you said something that's completely out of line and you were like, that's funny, you're like, no, that's wrong because of this. Educate people, don't cancel them.
Yeah.
Do you know, I'd rather, if you said something,
he's against cancel culture.
of course, but if you done
Stupid.
something, lads, that was stupid, I'd be like, right, don't cancel them. Let the boys come. Educate the boys on what they done wrong. Let them come on next week and explain themselves. Look, what we done last week was wrong. This is why it's wrong. This is what we've done to benefit or to like
improve,
rectify it.
yeah.
And then we're going to move forward. That's the way we go. Not like get them boys out of here and we never talk about them again. Or if they're ever mentioned again, we'll always remember the one mistake they ever made.
Why do you think people do that? Like,
Because it's power.
It's a power trip.
100% power trip.
100% it's a power trip.
Okay.
Because most people don't have power.
No, but it's a gang mentality. Like, if I went online and Terence was like, this fella's a prick, and I'd be like, yeah, he is a prick, and someone's like, you know what, you two are right, he is a prick, and then someone goes, the three yous are right.
Sheeps.
Obviously, you're going to jump in line. Of course. And then you see, remember that fella Terence called a prick? He's gone. No way. I'm going to call someone else a prick next week. Hopefully, Terence backs me up, and he's going to be gone.
Yeah.
Doesn't work that way. Life doesn't. But there is cases where people have done stuff that you're like, he needs to be stopped. This is going too far.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the cases aren't like that. Small percentage are. A lot of them that are cancelled. You're like, look at most of the people who are cancelled. They come back in a year. They let it blow off and they come back.
Some people like. Okay, say for like, here's my thing. Say someone like us, people like us, say we said something that was brazy, like proper crazy, and say we said it from a very ignorant place, and everyone's kind of like, yo, blah 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 blah, which is very possible.
Yeah,
and everyone's like, oh my god, don't give these guys a platform, blah 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 blah. Like I can understand people like being outraged about it, but I don't. Okay, yes, as you said, people want to just cancel people for no reason. I don't feel like people are as forgiving when I don't know. I think I don't know how to put it, but I don't know how forgiving people actually are when you come back and say,
I'm sorry. Hey,
I've learned my mistake.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about it. It was from a very ignorant place.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so like say you do something wrong, and I don't know what I was thinking about it randomly. It's like, what would my response be to something that I did that was wrong? So say I did something wrong and then everyone's going crazy about it online. Does David stay silent about it, or does David address it? If David stays silent about it,
I think that's worse.
Yeah, people are saying, "Oh my god, he's not even addressing it." You address it. Oh, it's just because you got caught. Just because this. Just because that.
Look at Joe Rogan's one.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan's apology video. Like, he said an awful lot of wrong stuff over the years, racist wise.
Yeah.
Right? Said the M word a few times. Context, he wasn't saying it in a bad way, but there was one or two times where he did. He comes out, makes a video about it. I'm sorry if I offended anyone. It was a different time. Blah blah blah. You sort of have to tip your hat to him and go, look,
he addressed it.
But that's what I'm saying. I saw too many videos of people saying, well, like countering the fact that he's apologized about
people
it.
Don't want an apology.
No. They don't want it.
They want them cancelled so they can say they got him cancelled.
That's it's a power thing. Like when power comes into it, it's not forgivable. They're not looking. They're not trying to make you a better person.
Nothing you can do that can convince.
Exactly. Like if you this week said, lads, everyone that wears blue t-shirts, I can't stand them. They're fucking idiots, right? And then people come at you and be like, you need to realise an awful lot of people wear blue t-shirts. It's very common. That's just a stupid example, right? Yeah. If next week you come back out and you're like, you know what, lads, what I said last week was stupid, and I apologise. I realise now it was a stupid way of thinking. A lot of people, they wear blue t-shirts. It's grand. I'm sorry. I hope to move on. Yeah. Grand. But if you come back out next week and be like, I heard a lot of things online. Fuck all you. Blue t-shirts are fucking stupid. I'd be like, mate, you're missing the point.
We're getting constructive criticism there, and you're just at the go, take it. Fuck that.
Now, that's where you fall into that, like, he needs to be stopped.
Because we take, like, obviously, nothing cancelable, but we take constructive criticism every week off people. We put a podcast out. I think you should have said this here. You should have. And we're like, take that on board. We'll bring down to the next one.
Work on it. Like, for us, I feel like we've learned, like, we've been doing this going on 2 years now. Brilliant. We've learned, like, in front of people.
If you get what I'm trying to say.
Because I remember some of our takes.
Our early episodes, not even the ones that were out. The one that we just did for
rehearsals. Crazy. We had some mad like takes on certain things, and they were just from like an ignorant place. And when you're trying to be funny, or when like not trying to be funny,
even that, you're still growing.
Yeah, exactly.
Growing and growing. It's part of learning.
That's why I'm kind of like, oh, thank God we kind of like that happened when nobody was really watching, in a sense. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Because like when you get to a level where like, oh, you have a lot of ears, a lot of eyes, then
you can't make a mistake.
Yeah, people start picking on things. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's not like as if you had to punch them right out in the face. They look for it.
They look for it.
Exactly.
And then they pull out, and then you're like, bollocks.
Especially when, if say we blow now, I'm sure people are gonna go back and look. How can I cancel these lads?
You know the Joe Rogan thing. You remember the thing you mentioned about Joe Rogan? Like people are saying that was intentional.
Of course, it wasn't.
What?
It wasn't.
No, it was. Because someone went to...
Oh, no, sorry. From him, it wasn't intentional.
No, but like, as in from everyone else.
Oh,
like,
of course,
They went and looked through all of his videos.
Got all his
and
made a collage. Yeah, of course.
So it's like that's not one person job. That's it.
Like
he has.
He
has 1,800 episodes.
Yeah.
And this episode ranged from 2 hours to 5 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
So people went in
So not
and
one
watched all
person
of the video.
one person
and they cut out the words to try and hit.
Yeah.
It's because
They wanted.
there was a thing about COVID.
Yeah. And that didn't
exactly
work.
what it was.
So let's get him cancelled because he's anti-vaccine. Right, that didn't work. Right, what's next? He's racist. Right, go. That didn't work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's move on.
That's the thing. I think, and the thing is, once you listen to Joe, you get to know his character. Like, oh, this is all fake.
Well,
Like,
come here. He shouldn't
have said it. He shouldn't have.
He
Yeah,
understands
stupid.
that now. Like he took that on board. I shouldn't have said to him, context, I didn't mean any harm. You can clearly see that, but I'm making it out to be worse. I'll take her on board. I won't say it again. My bad. Move on.
Yeah.
If he says it again, you're sort of like, now you're being a prick.
Yeah.
If he comes out the next week and says, you know what, fuck you, so I'll say what I want to say.
That's where he falls
Cancel.
into that. Yeah, stop him bracket. You know,
You
like
know what
that.
I mean? But it's literally, you take her on board and you go, right, fuck.
And what you said there was great. You're doing it 2 years, you grow. And if you don't grow in them 2 years, then we have a problem.
then we have a problem.
But you have, and the fact that you said that, like we've said stuff in early episodes where I look back and be like, Jesus, we said some stuff there that was really kind of from a place of ignorance and anger. And then we kind of addressed it in a roundabout way in later episodes. And I'm like, if that's not growth, I don't know what is.
Yeah, exactly.
You get what I'm trying to say? Like that, and I think it's very important that people can understand that. Okay, listen, like we are, as you say, when we meet people, we're just normal human beings. I'm just like you, and I had like, imagine thinking about my mindset 10 years ago when I was 15.
Crazy.
Think about what I was
Some
thinking, the
crazy
way I was
things,
thinking,
yeah.
the way I was looking at people, my perception of
100%.
people. And then like we get to know different people, you get into different spaces with different people, you realize that we're all stupid, we all don't know anything. We're all trying
no one's
to get
perfect.
That's why when people go back and find people's old tweets and cancel them now for that, that's the stupidest thing.
It makes no
But
sense.
you know what the thing is? I think people have copped onto that now.
Yeah.
Nobody gets cancelled over that anymore.
Yeah.
You see people going saying, look what he said back then. And everyone's like, shut up, he was 12.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Honestly, you
That's
was
what's
12.
Because I
And the
remember.
matter about the person that's going back, they have tweets themselves.
I was saying that someone got cancelled over something racist, and then they went on to a man who found that and he was like, he was saying like worse racist stuff, and you're like, Jesus, like what's this about?
Yeah.
But I think as Taryn said, that's kind of not worked because it was like one or two famous people, and I was like, oh, he might be cancelled. Then I was like, no, he's not.
Yeah.
And then we move on. Now.
Everyone's like, shut up, you though.
Remember, there's a man, the director James Gunn. He made the like Guardians of the Galaxy films.
yeah.
He got cancelled. And then after a year, they were like, actually, do you know what? He was lethal at his job. Get him back. Fuck what?
Like, yeah, because I think it was Marvel.
Yeah.
It was, they dropped him, like.
He was gone.
Because of what happened. And then after, I'm like, we need a fella back.
Get
him back in there.
Yeah, get him back.
I think I don't know if it's the same situation, but Piers Morgan? What's his name?
Good Morning Britain.
I don't think he's back on Good Morning, but like,
Oh, he has a show.
No, he left, though.
He walked out.
He walked out.
Yeah,
He walked out. I can't remember what it was about.
A lot of that is an act, boys.
Yeah, he's fake. I don't believe him.
I don't believe.
I don't believe
he
him
thinks that like and all them stuff. Everything he puts up, I don't believe.
Yeah.
He believes that.
he just knows he's
everything
controversial.
because everything out there he goes against it. He's against the popular opinion, and you're like you can't be against a popular opinion in every scenario.
Yeah.
Even
Can't
has the
be.
show now with he has one with Donald Trump. And
What?
not a show, boy. Donald Trump was a guest on the show.
Yeah.
And the way they promoted this thing, man,
Crazy.
It was like it was a movie, like
Yeah.
a box office movie. Like Donald Trump was like, it was just giving out to Piers Morgan, and apparently they're friends.
Yeah.
So like, what are you giving out to your friend?
I said it's clickbait. You know what's
know
going
what
on.
it
You
is.
know.
He's playing a game.
Yeah, of
So
course, and he
obvious.
knows what gets people's attention.
And it's gonna get views.
Yeah,
And
of
the thing that
course.
annoys me is like, when you sit there and you see things happening, I'm like, that's clearly a game.
Yeah.
How can
the public,
how am I
man.
seeing
And no one else
You know
is.
what
Yeah.
the thing is? I think people do notice that. People do see that. Look, it's like even the way we say there's a lot of fake people doing this type of thing.
Yeah.
I think everybody can notice when someone is doing something
Yeah.
on purpose.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
for
yeah.
clickbait, whether it be just for anything like that. It's so obvious.
It's just entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can tell- That's true. That's true. You can tell what people are trying to do.
I think
Yeah.
that's
Clickbait,
probably
yeah.
why podcasts have a big rise now. Just cause like it's a different form of authenticity.
Yeah.
Do you get me?
Yeah.
Like this fella from Dublin and he lives this life and he talks about it. I was like, all right, that's very true. Like not like this fella's making all millions and he's trying to be this person to make his money. Like it's very obvious.
Definitely, yeah.
But I think what this actually gives rise to as well is they're just normally on the same podcast. I'm gonna do that, and then you'd be like, oh, maybe I need to change her up, and that's where you see the fakeness growing. I'm gonna do this now.
Exactly.
Like, just be yourself.
Just be yourself.
You'll get there in the end.
If people like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. It's
Yeah,
not for you.
just move on.
It's not for you.
And it's like it's not easy when you like stick a camera on and get in front of a mic and then try to have like a very good conversation.
Like how we use at the start when the camera
Should
came.
see us now.
Look, we did 20, 30 episodes before the first one released.
yeah,
Really? Yeah.
yeah.
We during the pandemic, we'd go in and we'd sit in a room,
3 or
bang
5 a
out
day.
3 to 4
'Cause
episodes.
it wasn't
just to
easy.
get comfortable in front of the camera. Because the
we did-
first episode, we're just like, hi guys, so welcome to our show.
Bro, remember we did Zoom.
Sounds like someone I know.
yeah,
We did Zoom.
Yeah, we
did
started on
Zoom calls.
Zoom. We started on Zoom
do the
calls.
podcast.
I'm
on
still
Zoom.
not used to the cameras and that, boys.
Are you not?
Still not.
No.
Camera
What was your
next
first
to me.
episode? Tell them.
First episode. See the way you had this whole little plan and you're going to get used to this. We literally were like, remember we were saying about in the car, like, would you do the podcast? Right, we're going to do it on Monday. Went into his ma's kitchen. All the kids went to school, 8 o'clock in the morning, put the phone down and said, right, talk. Thing is, I forgot how to talk. This isn't a joke, boys.
No, but that's what happens.
Legit. Oh, so this is, he'd go, this is episode 1, it's me, Shelby, I'll go, it's me, Teddy Flower, boom, 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 and then he'd go on talking.
I had one point, I was like, because do you know what it was? The PlayStation was at the coming out. PlayStation. I remember no one could get one. And there was like more than all the ma's were like, because a couple of their mates got them and they were getting messages like, well, they're in that bleeding 20s and they're like, the age you getting that PlayStation, my son can't get one. And they were like, fuck off. So I was like, that's a good talking point. Let's talk about that. I was like, what do you think about all these ma's running them up because they weren't quick enough to get a PlayStation and the boys were. And Terence be like, and I remember being like, do you know what? You actually need to talk, Terence.
It's a podcast.
See, when you do a podcast, you have to talk. Like,
It's a good idea.
I knew I had one job.
But like, no, it's the truth. Like, think about when you take your phone out and you just recorded one of your friends and they said,
What's your awkward to get?
what?
Yeah, they got so awkward.
Oh, that's it. You're trying to get that good
Oh, do you ever record when your mate's doing something funny and they be doing that and it's gas and then they turn around and see the phone and they be like,
Yeah.
just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like there is this like fright that we get when we know that like the world could see this or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So we're like when we started, like it was kind of very awkward. It was very like, okay, how are we gonna talk about like what we want to talk about? Blah blah blah. And like we're running through a structure. Guys, it's a bit too structured. It's not really authentic. Let's strip this back. And so those 30 episodes were just for us to know if this is actually gonna like really like work for us. But just kind of
Afraid of
perfected.
being judged by friends and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That was the big one for me, was like, what's the boys gonna think me if I do this? You know what I mean? Like, like most of the boys didn't even know what a podcast meant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, a podcast? What are you doing? Come down the flats, we're selling motorbikes.
That's why I think it actually worked, boys, because like podcasts are so new to a lot of people. Like, I've listened to podcasts years, but there's still a lot of people out there that don't know what it is, you know, like that.
Yeah.
And it's like you jump
on
on
the
board
rise
at the
now.
right time.
Yeah.
I think that's.
Bitcoin.
I think for us, I was listening to the most podcasts out of the two lads. So the reason why we did those episodes, like, I need to emulate what I hear.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's not good enough. But when we got to near the end of those 30 episodes, like we have it in the back. Like,
We're flying. We're flying.
What you do, what I only copped on when you just a few minutes ago. So when we have a guest on, what we do is like we talk to them for a few minutes at the start, and then we'd sit in, then we record, and be like, right, ready to go, right, let's go. But we have to spend about 20 minutes talking to them.
Yeah.
Like we were only in here 5 minutes, and you were like,
Straight
no,
in.
we're going.
So we're getting to know you in front of the
Yeah.
camera. Yeah.
You know,
Because
like
like sometimes like I don't know, there's some situations where like it is kind of like tougher when you're talking to the guest for like an hour or so, or like 20 minutes, 30 minutes before you like stick the camera on. It's like, I know everything about you, or it's maybe talk about that again. It's like, but then it loses the funny or it loses the reaction because I already hear this. Like,
And we make that mistake sometimes. Sometimes we'd have a guest on, and we what we like to do is, because we just got fucked into the deep end and we love it.
Yeah.
But some people would probably be a bit hesitant, like if you bring them straight in. So we like to sit down and have a coffee with them outside the studio and just be like, come here, listen, if you say anything here, don't worry, it'll be cut out.
To break the ice, to let them know, do you trust us?
Like you're safe here, like we're not journalists.
We're not out to get you.
And we're not looking for clickbait.
Yeah, this is not an interview, it's a chat. Like,
Do you know what I mean? And that's
what
why
this
we do
is.
that.
Yeah.
But I like this as well, because sometimes we come up with some gold and we're like, oh,
should have
we're
recorded.
recording now, like we're in the money, like.
I think the danger with what we do, I guess, we've had some bad episodes with, like, you'll have a guest on not saying a word.
Yeah.
And we're talking and they're just sitting there not saying
Had one or
nothing.
two, boys.
But that's why I think we like the chat. Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, well, that's well.
Yeah, well,
right.
I think I put out one episode. Bollox.
I like that.
50.
I like that.
But here, there's a lie every time we come out. We were fucked up the editing. Bollox. Shouldn't have said that on camera.
Tell the truth. It happened once. And it was at the start. It was at the very, very start.
So it doesn't matter now.
But
that's where I think the 20 minutes at the start benefits
that makes
us.
sense.
Yeah,
It's a
makes
settling
sense.
in period.
Yeah,
So the
makes
boys,
sense.
like whoever's on, is like, oh, these are the boys. We're all right.
I say something. I think a lot of people in our community have like a main character
Syndrome.
So it's like, I think I'm a superstar. And so they come into a podcast where, do you know what? If you say you're an artist or whatever it is, and okay, people like your music, but then people also want to know who you are and your personality. But you're coming on a flex thing, and you're coming on like flexing on us or your fans, the people like you could potentially get into your audience, and you're flexing. And so some people come on a vibe of like, and think we just care all about you. We're here for a podcast. We're here to
Let's
have a
have
chat.
conversations among us.
Yeah, exactly. It's like catching up with each other.
Yeah, so
Literally.
that's what we do. We just like start talking to ourselves, and it's like you're just chilling because you came on
that's
a flex
his
thing.
persona. That's his
Persona,
slogan.
and I really hate that.
Shit, yeah.
I really hate
and
it.
you know, they're probably cool. They're probably actually a cool person, but they're
Off
like
the camera, the grand.
Yeah, when they're on this, they're like, I have to.
Yeah,
I
use
really
it here
don't
for
like
me kind of thing.
Yeah.
Fuck that, open up. Who gives you a cunt? Sit here laughing, be crying in a minute. I couldn't give a rat's.
That's what's good about this. The pressure's off us. Yeah, we can just have a chat here.
That's why this was a gift for us.
We don't have to drag out now with yours. You know, like
that's true.
Like as you were saying, if fucking dries up, you're like, so any holidays already? You know what I mean? That is about what we got planned.
The weather.
There's no more. If I ever ask someone, so Ant and Star. No. That's episode 8.
What you have in store for us? I don't care. It just dried up.
Anyways, well, we're at the end of the podcast. We always ask a question to our guests ourselves. Where's your head at?
Where is my head at? Where's your head at, Terence? You go first.
Stinging me there. Look, when you do a show, I know what the crack is, and then I'll follow it. Because if I give a big short story and you laugh, we're going to walk out the
That's
horse.
perfect. No, you know what?
I'm
That's
only
actually perfect. Just like talk about like your deepest, darkest.
Well, I'm at the passing around first.
Right, where's your head
You
at?
go, bro.
No,
He said to pass on again.
Right, what is it? I'm stressed. Work tomorrow.
But will you
I have so
week off?
much. I have so much shit to do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's I've been thinking about it. Like, it's like I have to go through that email and that. That's where my head's at.
Sorry about that, bro.
Things go better with you, bro.
Sick.
That's
How are
me.
you?
I'm fresh, boys.
That's where my head's at.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm fresh. I'm cold, boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you said you might be doing another.
Stressed. Yeah, if you want to talk about, think about live shows, that's what you're going to say. Stressed, bro.
One thing we're going getting into that stress a little bit now at the moment, but hopefully it'll work out.
Brother Blade, look, boys, you're made for a live show, but you know what I mean? Like, there's people, there's podcasts, this is what I'm getting at the whole time. There's podcasts that aren't made for it. Yous are fucking made for it.
Yeah.
Press Poxy play and talk. Go for it. You know, walk out the stage, give me a fucking mic, and let me at the races. And yous are ready for the hell. It's not, boys, yous need to be doing live shows. Yous are ready for that.
Yeah.
Everyone's
Guys,
been,
are we here though? Please
everyone's been saying that.
buy your
Like,
tickets.
No, but this is legit. This is how a fucking podcast is.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
How much did you charge for your tickets?
We
Just
only
so we
charge
know
a
the range.
score for the first one.
Score, yeah? Okay.
They'd be going up.
Oh, I love that.
The price has gone up.
It was legal.
Listen, you know the old saying, yesterday's price is not today's price.
What about you, Calvin? What's your head at?
Where's my head at? Something that's been kind of, I don't know, maybe. So when I put up that tweet, I was talking about the leaving cert and being unprepared and failing and stuff like that. Somebody, like, everyone was saying, I have that dream all the time. Then somebody got real deep with the tweet. They don't even follow me, which really, that made me realise, oh, this is deep. Because when someone who tweets who doesn't follow you, that's how you know it's deep.
Yeah.
They said, that is not a reflection on your actual leaving cert. It's a reflection on a situation in your life that you're unprepared for. And I was like, whoa. Because then I was like, what am I unprepared for if I'm having this dream? Because I couldn't think of anything. But then it dawned on me, my little girl's gonna be 7 next week, and I don't think I'm actually prepared for that. No, genuinely, but I swear
Why
to
not?
God, I'm not prepared, mate. I remember when she was fucking like, you know
like
what I
she's
mean?
growing up,
Yeah, and like,
Calvin gets him always done when
I
he starts
swear to God,
happening.
boys, when I start crying out. Do you know
That's
what I mean,
crazy,
boys?
yeah.
I got her a dog for. I have a dog now, and the dog was an early birthday present for her.
Yeah.
And it's just like John seeing home with the dog, and boys, not able for me. I swear to God, yeah.
Bad life. I can't wait to duff someone.
Boys, I swear.
Duff for you.
I can't wait to
Do you know what, boys? I used to be a hard man when I was younger. Like,
What, a daughter
couldn't
changes
give a
everything.
fuck about anybody yet. I hurt your feelings. I won't walk her over it.
Yeah.
See now, boys, I watch a telly, I'd be crying at it. The least little thing I'd be crying over. She just, I'm getting 30 now. I
can see it.
swear to
That's
God.
amazing,
Boys,
man.
yeah.
Love it.
I can't wait to have a daughter to start
Yeah,
doing that, man.
I can't wait to have a daughter. Like I want a son, yeah, but it's a son. But
Yeah.
It'd be grand.
What's this? It's a son.
Yeah.
But that's supposed to be a wrong thing to say, like. But I think every man ideally wants a son.
Yeah, cool.
yeah.
But like I think people get like real
Yeah.
Uptight about it.
uptight about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
I want the young fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
then
don't
the
think
young
that-
one.
A little
Yeah.
boy. Yeah. And then, yeah.
But being honest with you, boys, see, when I found out it was going to be a dad, I was like, oh, do you want to be with a girl? I was like, genuinely, after all the thing and the stress for all, I just wanted a healthy child.
Yeah,
That's what I got.
that's the main
That's what I
Yeah,
got.
that's
I couldn't give a bollocks.
That
you know
goes
what I
to my
mean?
mind sometimes. It's kind of like you're thinking about everything you're going to dress. Like,
Especially when you get a scare during the pregnancy, lads.
Yeah.
And that's when you're like, oh,
crazy.
puts life into perspective. And I
Yeah.
swear to God,
Having a
That's-
healthy
that's-
child
that's
is like
been
is a
one
big
of-
blessing.
there is
It's
a
one of my
blessing.
fears as well. Yeah.
But one of my mates had a son a couple of years ago, and he's like this now. He gets emotional over little things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think it's
It changes
necessarily.
it.
It's just a child in general. It makes you realise, you know, like that.
Changes it.
You think you have an ego, you think you're a hard man.
Yeah, little
Yeah,
kid.
Get a dependent there, and when they say jump, you say how high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No
100%.
matter what, boys.
Because I remember I was thinking about that. I was like, how I think about I want to have a kid, and I'm thinking, like you think about what you're gonna like your son maybe you're gonna dress him up in like a nice Nike tech and
Yeah.
you think about
Like
all those
you,
things.
you're thinking of you, yeah.
and that's all beautiful and well, but like I think in that moment I was like, just the most important thing is that this child comes out healthy.
Healthy, yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like that's like the biggest thing that I think about as well, because like I see some people and I'm like I was even saying to my missus the other day, I was like, it hurts me when I see people like that have like certain disabilities and stuff. Like it just hurts because it's like I'm free to walk and do everything I want to do, and you're unable to do that. And it's like having a kid, knowing that you might have to live that life of like they have to be dependent on you for the whole life and type of
It's
those type of
scary.
things.
It's a scary
It's a
thought.
scary thing. So my biggest prayer is like let my child come out just healthy. You know what I mean?
100%.
That's
And
the
everything
biggest-
else will work itself out.
Yeah, yeah.
100%.
That's it. Look, people are scared of kids, and I get it as well. There is a scary thought because there is another human being on this planet who's actually because it's here because of you and they're dependent on you. So that is kind of scary when you think about it. But like a lot of it is instinct, lads.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people like there's books and there's videos and there's advice, but a lot of it comes natural
Can't
to you.
teach these things. Yeah.
A lot of it just comes natural to you. You know what I mean? Like kids are actually. I don't want to sound wrong, but kids are not that much work when you think about it.
Yeah.
Like they're easy. You know what I mean? I had a fucking puppy there a few weeks ago. He was more work.
Yeah.
Fucking come crying all night and they're like,
Wires and all.
like, what is he doing? Kids, you feed them, they go back to sleep, grand. You wake back up in a few hours, you can time it. You wake back up in a few hours, change the nappy, feed them again, they go back to sleep. Dogs, you feed them, you put them back down, they cry. You're like, what the fuck is wrong with this thing?
Yeah.
Those they cry.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, cry. The worst of newborns.
Like, how do they cry?
Get up. How long?
Like
What you-
how? Like what sound do they make?
They whine. They whine. And like, but louder.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I mean louder. I was lying in bed, I was like that. And I was like, and then she got up, and then like the next night, he cried again, and she'd nudge me, and I was like, this is like knife hits. This is legit knife hits. You know what I mean? But now he's all right now.
alright, yeah.
What dog do you
Where's
have?
use your heads at?
Where's your head at?
Yeah.
Where's my head at? Shoulders. Nah. There's a fella, AC3 is a rapper, yeah?
Ireland.
Yeah, he's
Cold.
he's gonna find this thing. Actually, boys,
Big
what,
up AC3.
what you guys think about like the accents?
Not into
What
it.
accents?
The Irish
music.
rappers, that's a whole different episode.
Yeah, that's a whole different thing, isn't it?
We touched on
boys
this
should be
before.
going on to this. Well, there's another hour and a half.
We'll definitely get you back on to talk about it, 100%.
Yeah.
Just I'll give a quick one, boys. I seen a fella from Athlone before and he was rapping with a London accent. I was like, mate, you're from Athlone.
Yeah,
that's a bit, yeah.
It's a bit mad. It's a bit mad.
It's a bit mad.
That's
I
what-
used to rap with a British accent.
Yeah.
We'll get away from that in a second.
Did you? Yeah.
Where's your head up, pal?
Have you got a video?
Yeah,
I'll show it to you later.
They were like, yeah, we have them.
my head is at, yeah, I'm actually alright. We're at the moment just kind of like doing this place up, trying to get it prime and nice for like the podcast and people to come in and stuff like that. So guys, if big announcement coming soon, anyways. Be aware of that.
Now we could announce it now, man. What the hell?
No, it's not ready.
Announce it.
It's not ready.
Come on.
No, for the studio. No, it's not ready yet.
Wait, what announcement are you talking about?
The studio. This place that we're in. I'm gonna announce something with it soon, man. Don't worry about it. Coming soon.
Nah,
though.
live show coming soon, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway,
Where's
listen.
your head at? You said
No,
you...
my head's like that. Yeah.
AC3.
What?
Tree. The
Accents.
rapper.
You're just thinking about the rapper.
Yeah.
So that's it, you just, boom, your whole mind's just focused on AC3.
Yeah, he's cold, man. It's cold.
That's where his head is at.
cold.
That's where your whole head is at.
You like him, trust me, you like him.
No,
Where's he
I
from?
probably will, but
Where's he from?
Where's he from?
Like,
Ireland.
Yeah, where in Ireland, like...
Oh, I don't know that.
That's what I mean.
I thought you know him.
Nah.
Just heard him.
Just heard him.
So why did you talk about accents?
Because
we always talk about it here.
He's rapping in like an Irish accent and
An Irish accent.
Yeah.
And it's legit, like.
Yeah.
Ah,
He's
I
like
get
Cello,
you.
don't you?
I see what you did there.
He's like Cello.
I'm not really into the Irish rap scene, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie.
Fair play.
Yeah, I'll admit it.
I like that.
I'll admit it. I'm not going to pretend I am. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. I'm not big in, like, no, yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
The
it.
Irish rap scene has, I actually am into it, like, but I don't know enough about them. Like, I don't know many of them. But when I do hear them, I'm like, actually, they're
Okay, name
They're
two.
legit,
Name
like.
3 rappers you know.
Versatile,
Okay.
Dubzino,
Does you know?
RS.
I'm from Ireland.
Yeah, he's
AC3.
from Cabra. No, I know a few. I do know a few.
He doesn't even know what AC3 is.
I don't know.
Where's he from? Ireland.
Ireland,
That's,
That's enough.
there's this Irish rapper named AC3. No way, where's he from? Ireland. No, I just look, I have no problem with him, but as I said, if he raps in an Irish accent, then he goes up in my books already
100%,
because
yeah.
you're owning where you're from. Is that not what rap is all about?
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like that.
Authenticity.
Yeah.
Authenticity. Authenticity.
Oh,
Authenticity.
Is rap not like spoken word with a melody
Beat.
and a beat?
Yeah.
That's so that's where you're from.
Yeah. Anyways, man, thank you guys so much for coming.
Boys, thanks for having us on.
Thanks for having
We
us.
have a nice
Yeah,
setup here as there is.
Yeah,
So I'll be interested to see where it can go from here because this is fucking a lot better than what we had.
It was a pleasure, boys.
Thank you so much, boys, man.
Hey, listen.
Appreciate it, yo. Love, like, share, subscribe. Love us, yeah.
Yeah.